Hey everyone, this is Sabine, and today on GothProbs we're addressing the problem of footwear. So, a lot of you may know about a brand of footwear called Demonia, which is fairly high regard to most of the alternative community when it comes to alternative footwear and what's what and what you want to get. Um, Demonia in itself is a fairly big name, and because of that, their shoes are pretty pricey, especially because they're one of the only specialty brands. And they're fairly hard to find if you don't live in a place that's like densely populated by alternative culture, or if you don't have any like I want to say alternative outlets for clothing and such near where you live, and you have to get them ordered in. Uh, but there are just so many problems that surround footwear. Like, I have a pair of knee-high demonias. Here's one of them, and they're fairly big, right? These shoes have like a 2 to 3.5 inch platform, I believe, and they are about $160 a pair for that model of shoe alone. And I don't know about you guys, but I certainly cannot afford to buy multiple pairs of those off of one paycheck, let me tell you. So I just footwear is so expensive if you want anything that's like not a normal black cut shoe, whether it be like black leather is expensive or Doc Martens are expensive. They're like $130 a pair for ankle cuts. Like, there are so many different kinds of shoes, but a reoccurring pattern is all of the alternative shoes that look really fucking kick-ass also happen to have a price tag that makes you want to cringe. Um, Another thing to do with shoes is that, well, these shoes are pretty big, right? And they're all strappy and buckly, and they look really cool, but they take forever to put on. They legitimately, if my pair, all of my knee highs have like zippers on them, so like you can see the little zipper in the back here. And honestly, if it did not have that zipper, I would be so screwed when it comes to like leaving my house on time. I would have to start putting my shoes on like half an hour before I left the house, because I'd have to unbuckle everything, buckle it back up, and like have my foot in there, make sure everything's set properly. It would just take forever. And I don't know about anyone else that wears this kind of footwear, but I know for me it's a pain in the ass, because like I'll have friends sitting there waiting for me being like, yo, what's taking you so long? Or like people are sitting there and you're supposed to meet up with them, and it's like, yo, we're on your street, but we've been waiting here for like 10 minutes. What's taking you so long? Oh, sorry guys, I'm just trying to strap up my boots, man. I'll be in like another 10 minutes. We'll be good. Like, just don't worry. The collective moans you could hear from that is just ridiculous. Like, these shoes, they look awesome. And they're definitely worth the time, but at the same time, like, there's so much hassle that goes behind them. Or rolled ankles. If you're wearing platforms and you haven't worn them before, be prepared for forward falls if you've got rounded tips, backwards falls if you've just worn the treading down, or rolled ankles, because everyone knows that balancing on platforms is just the easiest thing in the world, right? You're like another few inches off the ground. No. Doesn't work that way, unfortunately. If it did, I think there'd be a lot less footwear related accidents. But I know so many people, myself included, that like I had to take a break from wearing my platforms because one time I rolled my ankle so badly that I had to sit there and wrap it for a week and a half, I think. And it really, really hurt, and I was like, I'm never wearing these again. And then I was like, oh, but they're so great, I've gotta wear them again. So the shoes are like addictive, I guess, kinda sorta. But only if you're like into them. I guess it really depends on what you dig, right? But these shoes are so great, but such a hassle at the same time. I just GothProb footwear, no. But yeah, so that's my little miniature rant on footwear, I guess. More to come. If you have anything you'd like to suggest, there's a little bitty comment box just below the description down there. You can comment there, or you can message my account, and I can see about doing something like a little video on it, or if you have a video response, that'd be cool. Yeah, awesome. Have fun. Bye, lovelies.